There are lots of reasons why the Geneva Motor Show is one of the best motoring expos in the world. Firstly, it attracts all the globe's major brands. It's also compact and user-friendly, but most of all, the array of new cars and concepts is always top-notch. The 2012 event didn't disappoint. The Audi A3's world debut at Geneva was an open secret, so there were no gasps of surprise at the classy hatchback's unveiling, nor does the car represent any major visual departure from the existing model's shape or configuration. Initially offered in three-door guise only, the A3 looks tailored and athletic, and despite gaining slightly in dimensions, it's lighter than the outgoing version. A five-door sportback and a four-door sedan are due next year. At arch-rival Mercedes-Benz, however, the spotlight fell on a much more radical departure from the norm. The new A-Class has swapped its dumpy commuter looks for a much sleeker, sportier and dynamic appearance that, Merck hopes, will add zip and brio to the A's image. It was one of the real head-turners in Geneva, and as it happens, will be targeting the A3 as one of its key competitors. Expect petrol and diesel engines with an AMG version to follow. The arrival of a new Ferrari is always a major motoring event, and so it was with the unveiling of the F12 Berlinetta, labelled the fastest and most powerful road-going Ferrari ever. It flashes from 0 to 100 in 3.1 seconds, arrives at 200 km an hour just 5.4 seconds later, and has a top speed in excess of 340 km an hour. The all-new V12 engine under the bonnet is rated at 545 kilowatts and 690 Newton meters.
At the other end of the motoring scale, Nissan unveiled a close-to-production concept of the car it hopes will bring it volume sales in the key compact hatchback segment. Despite that silly nameplate, the invitation certainly looks promising, although it will have to be exceptional to take on mainstream rivals like the upcoming Golf 7. Think funky interiors, frugal engines and a low curb weight in a smart Eurocentric body, and you get the general idea. Silly names seem to be a Geneva trend, and the Opel Mokka is another example. Fortunately, this new compact SUV doesn't have to rely on the badge for its appeal. The all-new Terrainer mixes clean, purposeful lines to a cleverly packaged cabin big enough for 5. 2 petrol and a single turbo diesel engine option are linked to a front-biased all-wheel drive system. Advanced driver assistance systems add to the SUV's cutting-edge aura. Let's hope it makes it to our shores. There's every indication that the new Porsche Boxster could be the brand's most significant new model since the Cayenne. The car looks fantastic, with a much more purposeful design that's matched to a mid-mounted flat-six drivetrain. The standard engine is a 2.7-litre good for 195 kilowatts, while the S gets a 3.4-litre with 232 kilowatts. Involving dynamics ensure a thrilling drive, all for half the price of a 911. Sales start next year. A real trendsetter in the making is the all-new Renault Zoe, a purpose-designed electric car linking advanced technology to a sub-150,000 rand asking price in Europe. It may look like a concept, but this is a production model with a range of more than 200 kilometers, multiple charging options, and a clever multimedia system that uses an 80mm touchscreen. It seems set to take Europe by storm, but we're not sure that there's enough power in SA to welcome electric cars just yet.
The Volvo V40 is another premium hatchback, rising as it were from the ashes of the C30 and targeting the younger portion of the S40 sedan's target market. It's not nearly as radical as the C30 and a lot more practical too, making it a more natural alternative to, say, the Audi A3, which means it will also be up against the A-Class. Volvo promises it'll be ultra safe, very green and still fun to drive. Sounds like a tall order to us. The prize for the most indulgent car in Geneva goes to this no-holds-barred, ultra-lightweight, stripped-out version of the Lamborghini Aventador. Purists will appreciate the Jota's distilled, focused approach, even though there isn't even a windscreen for protection. With the curb mass substantially reduced, performance is as radical as the car, and it's a once-off commissioned by a private collector. Even the lotto won't help you this time. Honda's take on the supercar formula is a little different. Its focus is on technology, as epitomized by the NSX concept. While nominally a concept, the new gen NSX is a dead cert for production. It links a V6 petrol engine to twin electric motors and low mass to provide thrilling performance while still achieving thrifty consumption and low emissions. A dual clutch gearbox with paddle shifts and all-wheel drive underline the car's sports car credentials. Nissan's luxury brand Infiniti showed off a sports car concept with mid-mounted electric motors and a range extender designed to combine real-world performance with an extended operating range and low emissions. Dubbed the Emerge E, the spectacular two-door has a max output of 300 kilowatt from twin electric motors, sprints from 0 to 100 in 4 seconds, yet has a CO2 emissions rating of just 55 grams per kilometre. F1's Seb Vettel was involved in tweaking the car.